30th annual Manasquan Classic Longboard. Well, you have to remember where it started. You have to recall where it all started from. Back in the 60s, we would have all the boards would be sitting over at Carl Danish's bait house, and we'd run over and, Carl, I need a board, and he'd throw something at you. Then you go out and it ended up being all kinds of dinged up. I still have fiberglass splinters here. It was the essence of surfing here in the old days, and it was just so much fun. It was incredible camaraderie and the competition, and it was just those good old days.
There's a group of guys that started this thing back in the 90s, and we're continuing the tradition, and the fact that we made it 30 years and people are still around to ride these classic boards is a great thing. I mean, the numbers have dwindled a little, but there's the hardcore people who still come out, and as long as we can get some people out on these longboards, we're going to be running this contest.
Manasquan Board Riders Club has picked it up, and they've done a super job in continuing it into the future.
I think it's just an important day for the community and surfing as a whole. The younger generation, someone to look up to, take the time for them on this day, go have a conversation with a kid you don't know, root them on, encourage them. I think that's what the day is really all about, so it's good camaraderie.
The Manasquan Classic Longboard competition means hanging out with friends at a good day at the beach. Everyone's all around, supporting each other, having fun. That's what matters to all of us.
It means local tradition. This is how I like to celebrate my birthday. My family and friends on the beach, just sharing the ocean with the younger generation, the older generation. Very fortunate to be a part.
I remember hearing about it forever. I'm 44. For the next generation, it's great because they allow the young ones to compete on soft tops. And there's a fun little wave out there. Makes for great spectating.
When it started, it was a ragtag group. Still is a ragtag group, but a lot of the same people are here, and they come from all over New Jersey. September comes, they all want to come back to migrate to the Manasquan for this contest right off the bat. And it's such good memories. We know each other traveling up and down the East Coast, from Florida to Maine, and we surfed on teams, and a lot of the guys are coming back for this, and it's a classic contest. And the heartbeat is just, a lot of people passed away since this conception. So just coming here and seeing people that are still doing it, it's a wonderful thing.
I thought I absolutely have to come back for the 30th anniversary. It's a little different, but it's also the same. So it's just great to be here and be back.
We got a strong community, and to have this still going today, I think it's great that everyone comes out and gets to ride the old boards that they keep in the garage, and just a sign that there's this good, strong community back in Manasquan. I think this event is really important for the community because it shows that there's a lot of deep roots here with the culture around surfing.
A tradition that's been set by the older generation. If we can continue that to the younger generation, outside of the screens that they're stuck behind, a day at the beach can mean a lot more.
And what better beach to do it at than the Manasquan Inlet? There's always a wave here no matter what. Even if the surf forecast says 0 foot, there's always this fun wave to surf with the boys here. So that's what the day is all about.
The boards have to be 1967 or earlier. There's a unique facet to these boards. It's the beginning of technology with surfing, so you have to kind of change your style just a bit, maybe adjust the way that you ride a wave and maybe what wave that you would ride. So I enjoy watching the old clips on days like this to kind of get me ready for something like this, and it's proven to be good. So there was just such a pivotal time in surfboard technology before and after '67. So to pay tribute to the earliest surfers, it means a lot.
I'm missing a couple good friends. One real dear friend, Joey. Joey and I were the ones that put this together, with a couple other friends also putting together. Joey's been with us for almost a year, and I'm missing this year. This is different. But we're out here to surf. It's the love of the water.
It's also a memory. We also have a chance to recall and recollect on some people we've had. We've had a lot of good friends, unfortunately, pass away over the number of years, and of course we try to recall and remembrance of some of these people. Of course, Joe Troger died this year, and we're doing a special heat for him in his memory. And it is only competitors who actually surfed in the 1993 inaugural competition. The boards are old, the surfers are older. It's one thing finding these boards for this competition, it's even harder to find the surfers anymore. So we're kind of aging out, I'll say, and that's kind of a significance. I mean, this is truly something we're facing.
Joey Troger was my best friend growing up. We knew each other in grammar school, and when we both started surfing together, we weren't into the major sports or any other activities. Surfing was different back then. It's the love of the water. He had that connection in Cedar. I had the connection here in Manasquan. We'd see each other in high school, and we would draw surfing pictures and design surfboards instead of writing notes. We should have. And we had a little character, Mousy, to this day. A little funny cartoon, and we talked about it all through our lives, even to this day.
Joe Troger started this contest 30 years ago, and it's been going strong ever since. Joe began surfing in the mid-'60s, I guess when it first became a fad over on the East Coast. And I remember pictures of him, my mother would send me, with a surfboard that was probably 3 feet higher than he was. And he just loved to surf. He loved being on the water. I think he loved that more than anything else.
We just had fun surfing as kids, and even growing up, we still maintain it. We had a good culture of cold water. It means a lot.
Joe was the quiet guy, kind of in the background, always integral to the contest, setting things up and whatever, but once you got to know him, he was hilarious, not to mention a skilled craftsman in many ways, and he was at the heart of this contest.
I met Joe 2013. Never met a kinder, more generous man in my life, and I never will. He was always upbeat, wasn't afraid of anything. He helped more people along the way than you could possibly imagine.
Joe Troger was a great friend and a stand-up guy, and whenever we were saying, "Where's Carl?" Joe was the guy who came in and said, okay, it's over here. And, you know, Carl was always the instigator. Joe was the guy who kind of followed through and had the hammer and nails and everything else that was necessary to do what was necessary.
Now, the Troger Heat is about all of us who had surfed together with Joey from the very beginning and throughout all the years. Not everybody's here. So the people in the Troger Heat are going to be us surfers or contestants that have been in this for also like 30 years, or even like back in the day when Joey was here surfing with us. Now the hat here, that happened to be kind of a little funny thing with people, you know, friends, kind of be silly. Somebody nicknamed it and said, "Hey, look, that's a Troger." I left a hat drunk beer because maybe you get involved in whatever and then forget where that was and have another beer and get halfway through. So that's, used to call it Troger. And this is why that's significant. Goofy, funny, silly, not harmful, but you know, just a memory. Good one. I would say to Joe, great to see we made it down here. Quite a good part, and it really means a lot. Give him a hug.
You're late.
I'm here, Joe. For you.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for this contest. Thanks for being you.
A lot of fun today. Really happy about it.
Yeah, I want to thank the people that put this event on. I want to thank the town for taking the time and letting us have this event, and the family and friends that root us on while we're out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's all about Carl. Where's Carl? Where's Carl?